I think we are good to go here to call the library board meeting for August 15th, 2023 to order. My watch says at 5:01 p.m. Okay. And if you would all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With me, if you'd be so kind to call the roll, please.
All right. Gail.
I'm here.
Phyllis.
Here.
Carrie.
Here.
Tony. Barb.
Here.
Tracy.
Here.
Nancy.
Here.
All right. Older person Schrader and Michelle are excused. We have a quorum.
Excellent. All right. If we could move on to the statement of public notice.
This meeting was noticed in accordance with the open meeting law.
Okay, and seeing no one here, I think we can move on from public comment. Looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the approval of the minutes of July 18th, 2023, and the July 2023 financials.
Move to accept. I'll second.
I'm sorry, who was the second? Thank you, Barb.
Okay. All right. Now, this would be the time frame where we would have discussion. Brittany is on a time crunch here. She needs to get over to City Hall. As it turns out, they suggested she come to the meeting tonight. And subsequently, and a bit later, we're going to be talking about what to do in September in the same circumstance. So unless anybody has something really pressing, we'd like to keep going on here. Anyone? Nancy?
Fine.
Because she's saying you can still comment. It's just we got to keep the meeting moving. Okay. Hearing nothing. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. There is no unfinished business. So we move down to new business, and as I mentioned, we're looking for a discussion action on September meeting cancellation. We've kind of powwowed back and forth on this, but we wanted to give you an opportunity now, especially with this meeting being shorter. Same reasoning, same rationale, but she's presenting in September.
Yeah.
Okay.
So normally the meetings don't fall on library board nights, but this year they had to shift the schedule a bit. And so they are finalizing the budget on the same day as our library board meeting. So I would like to be there for that. Looking at our year in review, there's nothing that is like deadlines that have to be, we have to meet in September for X, Y, and Z. I mean, there's always policies to review. There's always things to do. But my recommendation to Gail was to cancel it in September.
And I have no objection to that. I just thought I'd make sure you guys kind of knew before we arbitrarily canceled a meeting what was going on here. So does anybody have any objection to that, to take a month off?
No, but you skipped over the director's report and stuff, so I don't.
Oh, geez. I'm in such a hurry to get her out of here. Why didn't you I'll take it back.
Sorry.
Okay, so let's do your director's report. Thank you, Tracy.
Could I ask before you start that, is that meeting open to the public?
The budget meetings?
No, well, next month when you're presenting.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like some support?
You know what? You are, any of you are welcome to attend. If you think you're going to attend, let me know. Because if there is possibly a quorum of the board that might be present, I just want to, you have to do a public notice saying that a possible group may be in attendance.
I'm there.
I don't think at this point I need anyone to, speak on my behalf, certainly. But if you're interested in listening to the process or listening to me speak or how I articulate what's happening, you're certainly welcome to attend.
But you must call in first.
If you think you're going to attend the, so I'm actually presenting on the 5th of September. But then
So that's the day.
Yeah, but, That's the day. I always invite the board president to come, just so that there is a board member present. But then September 19th is when the city finalizes the budget.
Okay.
And basically, until the budget is voted on, there are always changes that can be made. And so I usually try to attend all those. Normally, they're not on board meeting nights. Today, or this month, they are. And next month, they are. So, hence my recommendation to cancel the September meeting. And if you are interested in attending any of the budget meetings, it's certainly your right and privilege as a citizen in general, but just for noticing a possible library quorum, it would be helpful for me to know so that if it ends up being 5 of you, I can make that notice before the meeting. So, yeah.
Okay. So we're with apologies here because we didn't at least get into a motion, so we can back up. I'm assuming to your director's report. Brittany, for looking for the highlights. Of course.
Yeah, highlights. Let's see here. We have we broke our record on adult participants for summer reading. That exceeds 2019, so that's really exciting. We have, one of the board's goals for me and for our library in general was sort of like trying to advertise and talk about some of our non-traditional resources. And so we have a program on our streaming films and our Hoopla database coming up on August. Well, it came up on August 9th. Sorry, happened already. So that's great. Our adult Nerf Wars, again, that's something from our action plan for 2023 is programming that might appeal to those in their 20s and 30s. That was good. We had, I think, 11 to 12 adults. And September 13th, our Cathedrals program is, I think, gaining some interest. I think people will be very interested in that program. Lots of kids attendance. You'll see all those numbers below. Our intergenerational programs have been popular. We have a chrysalis on the reference desk right now from Staircrest. They brought it over for us. We've been partnering with them or making some visits there to get library cards for them. So it was really fun to see them provide something for us. Our Teen Nerf War was great. I think we had like 21 people or 21 teens show up, so that was great. We're doing more of our virtual reality sessions, and teens we're loving that as well. We're still doing contract revisions for the bathroom project. It's going back and forth between me, the city attorney, and the architect. So that's just one of those things that just, takes the time it takes. I've spoken several times with the city about what to do about the study rooms and how they received no bids. And we do have to take it back out to bid legally. And I spoke with the head of DPW as well as some contractors about why they didn't bid on our project. And they said because it didn't have construction documents. With the bathroom, we provided construction documents. As you remember, we paid some dollars for those.
I noticed that.
And basically what the contractors are saying is that for projects like that, they don't want to have to pay to then turn around. I was hoping to do a design build, which is where the contractor looks at it, draws up the designs, and then builds it. But for a project this small, it's only attracting smaller contractors, and therefore they don't want to pay for the construction documents. So my next step is to go back and talk to someone to see what would it cost. I'm not saying we're going to do it. I will come back to you guys. But I'm just saying, what is it going to cost to get construction documents for this? Because then we have to decide, do we move forward with the project? Because based on what I asked for, can we do that and the project or not? So I'm not sitting on it. We were going around looking at state law. I was trying to see if we could combine with another city project.
That's my next suggestion. Can we combine with a city?
Yeah, I talked with them. There is another project, but DPW said that theirs is also a design build. They don't want to combine the projects. They don't think that it would do anything more. His recommendation, and I take stock in what he says. He's managed lots of construction projects. He said I need the documents. So we thought we might get lucky, but contractors they have plenty of work right now, so they don't have to look for small projects without construction documents. So I will update you on that. Strategic planning is going amazing. We have like 450 surveys and it's climbing. So we have a couple more weeks and I think we're going to reach my goal of getting 500 surveys. Focus groups, we've done a lot of them. Survey boards did great. Usability studies in progress. So we're moving along. So
And you got at least one outsider. My sister did it.
Well,
And
thank
she's part of the Bridges system actually, but not in this area.
well, great.
So,
She'll have a
yeah.
good perspective then. And then on the back, you'll see, again, per my goals, you guys were looking for more updates throughout the year on our 2023 action plans. So section F of number 5 just lists out some updates on things that we've done to meet those goals. So that's there for you.
For the August 25th RFID in-service day, is that to just tag for 8 hours, have
Yeah.
everybody doing it to
Yeah.
get it? Do you think you'll get everything done then, or how far?
No, I don't. This
you
is good.
estimate?
So when earlier in the year, I asked the board to approve 3 closure dates. That's a little abnormal. Normally we do 1, maybe 2. 2 tagging days. 1 August 25th, and then 1 in December 8th. August 25th is a full press push. Really curious to see how far we get, and then that mathematically is going to tell me what we have to push between then August 25th and December 8th to finish. How many hours do I need to assign to staff to get there? So I think we'll get a great chunk done, certainly. My goal for December 8th is to be nearing completion to the point where maybe we can get the gates installed on that day, because that would be great because they're right in the front of the building. So that's the goal. So.
It looked like from the stuff you had up in the wall that you were almost done. So what
We
did I miss or what?
we have children's nonfiction, children's picture books, and there's lots of skinny books there,
Yeah.
and DVDs and CD
Okay,
audiobooks.
from this. So it was just certain areas.
Yeah,
that you had up on
we
there.
just have some maps
Got
right
it.
now,
Okay.
but everything else is done.
Yeah,
So.
that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I'm surprised to hear. I thought what this was a run through of, okay, I'm a patron. I bring you an RFID book. How do you do it? That's what I
Yeah.
thought you meant by this training, but
Sure.
obviously not. So, okay. All right, anybody?
Are the bikes that are out there through the Friends of the Library or of you guys?
Neither, actually. Third dark horse candidate. The food pantry, Muskego Food Pantry, got a lot of bikes donated to them. But they said what we really want is food, not bikes. And so we have a physical platform in a way that they don't, based on how many operating hours that we have and our ability to hand out tickets. So they said, can you run some type of food drive where if people turn in food based on the priorities we're giving you, that then you can raffle off these bikes. So they gave us these bikes. There's 7 more coming. We have a little handout you can pick up near the bikes. It's to the left of the bikes. Every time someone turns in 5 items from that list, and it can be just 5 from that list or any 5 of one item, then you get 1 raffle ticket. And it's unlimited to how many you can possibly earn. So they just went out a day or 2 ago. The bikes were just put out. I can't remember how long we're going to do this for, but
I think September 16th.
well, thanks for that.
Do we
I
have
think
space?
it's on there.
Do we have space for that?
For the bikes?
They're
No, the
out there.
donations. The food
Oh,
donations.
I hope so. I mean, well, here's what we'll do. If that bin fills up, then we call the food pantry. They come, scoop it up, and then we'll, yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, they're
it,
like secured.
yeah, it's a win-win.
They don't care
They'll
if you
have
saw it.
baskets
Just
on
go.
it with the tickets.
If you just pass it on.
It's cute.
Yeah,
that is cute.
Yeah, that is thanks to Courtney. Courtney also tables at the food pantry on Thursdays in the summer so that people who are there picking up food can then learn about library services. So that it's a good partnership. Obviously, our community garden grows food. We always have a food barrel here. So that's, yeah, it's an exciting other way.
That's
And
great.
they're great bikes. They've all been checked out by a local bike shop that volunteered their time to like check them all and make sure they were all safe and ready to go. So
So they're not brand new bikes.
I think they
I
are.
think they
I
are.
think they are.
Like
I think they were
they're-
donated from Walmart.
Oh.
But like I think they had to be like built or tightened or whatever.
We raffled 3 off at National Night Out.
Did you? Very good.
Yeah, they could have been demos from discontinued
I thought,
items. There
yeah,
could be
yeah.
any number of reasons why, but it's great no matter what the reason. So,
Yeah. Probably in there.
and you know what? I mean, hopefully people will come to the library more often thinking there might be more of this type of thing, I guess. So, you know, it's whatever works.
It's another win-win.
I'm sorry.
It's another win-win.
Right, that's
I have
right.
a
I'll
quick
take it.
question on,
Yes.
on CDs.
Mhm.
No, I requested some, we didn't have any of what I wanted, we had to go to another library.
Mhm.
You don't accept them though, do you, or do you have a smaller collection of CDs?
Do you mean, do we accept donations?
Music, like music, yeah.
So if anytime something's donated to the library, we look at them. And if it's something that the librarian feels would work for our collection, they add it. Otherwise, it goes to the Friends of the Library book sale.
Okay, because
I
you
thought that there
never
was a
asked for
sign.
CDs.
I thought on the sign it doesn't have
Oh.
CDs
Well,
anywhere.
typically the Friends don't ask for CDs because they just don't sell. I mean, I'm sure like if a CD got donated amongst other things, but yeah, in general, what the Friends have found is that books sell and movies sell, but other things they can't move and they end up just throwing it away. So
Even Goodwill doesn't want CDs anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it, are you able to see if any CDs are ever checked out here? To know
yeah, we
if
can run
there's-
reports. They do get checked out.
I
Oh,
check
do
them
they?
out.
Oh,
It certainly is not as high of a circulating collection as like our DVDs.
right.
So
Yeah, I was surprised I asked for like 50s music and we didn't really have any.
Didn't have any, huh?
Had to get some from other libraries,
Huh.
which I thought, well, that's an expense, you know?
yeah, that's
Maybe
interesting.
our collection could be
Ooh, look at that,
expanded.
That is really pretty.
The who?
a cardinal.
Oh, really?
I made a note of
Oh,
that.
there.
He
Pretty.
wants to be a part of this.
Okay, Cardinal, stop distracting us. We have work to
You
do.
were supposed to arrive at the beginning.
Okay, that's my report.
All right.
Could we go backwards for just a moment? And I know this probably is not significant, but if you look on page 5, public computer replacement for almost 5,000.
Mhm.
How often does that happen?
Not often.
And how
Okay.
many computers? Or is it
15. It will be 15 after that charge. So I
Okay.
think there's one more coming
Okay.
on that. So they're on a cycle of about, I would say, every 6 to 7 years.
Oh.
So they have not been replaced in my time. They currently have an operating system on it that is no longer supported.
Mhm.
And
they're slow, I'm
for
sure.
Windows. So this is IT's recommendation. It's on the cycle. So yeah, it's not an expense that happens too often.
Mm-hmm.
It was a planned expense though, so it's not money that is over budget.
Okay, and down towards the bottom,
Oh, sorry, we whipped through so fast here. You
there's
should have.
$1,000 for the zoo membership. I guess I was under the impression that the zoo is volunteering our passes. Are we basically paying for them?
We are paying for the zoo passes, and by we I mean the Friends of the Library.
Oh,
So the charge shows up, but the Friends write us a check that goes in our revenue. And the ROI on it is twice what the Friends pay. So they make their money back at least twofold.
okay,
So, but yeah.
thank you.
And our Discovery Pass is paid for by a donation, by a memorial donation.
And then in your report, you didn't mention about the new librarian. I mean, you mentioned it in the report, but you didn't say here.
Oh, yeah, Eileen's here.
Yes.
She's comes from Galesburg, and this is her start of her 3rd week, so don't ask her any tough questions, okay? I mean, but she has 5 years of experience, so she's a very good librarian.
She's very nice.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, we're very excited to have her on staff. She has great ideas, and she already helped me troubleshoot a projector, so she's a good problem solver.
You could like her. Okay. Anything else? Of anything we? Because I was whipping through her. her time consideration, so I'm sorry if you had questions.
It's all right.
So, okay, all right, so now we are down to unfinished business, which we had already discussed, there isn't any. And now we move down to new business, so a very quick discussion and action if we're all on board to cancel the September meeting. So I'd be looking for a motion, let's do it, to cancel the meeting.
I move that we cancel the meeting in September.
All right,
I
it's okay.
second.
There you go. Any discussion? Since there isn't, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay, we've got the board in agreement to cancel the September meeting. Okay, and then the next item is the Waukesha County Standard Certification. We do need to complete this tonight. And so we're looking for discussion as well as a vote on this. So Brittany, you're on.
Background. This is something we have to certify every year. Waukesha County has library standards that we have to meet in order for the citizens of Muskego to exempt from the Waukesha County library tax. So there are standards to meet. If you read through the document, you will see that we are a net lender, which means we lend more than we borrow. Again, the purpose of that is to make sure that if for some reason you guys decided don't buy any books ever and just borrow from other members of the library system, then this would be the way of stopping libraries from doing that, basically, of not doing their fair share to support the greater collective. So we, our target was 90%, we have 105%, so we have passed our library services effort ratio. So that alone exempts us from the Waukesha County library tax. However, there are just other categories. If you look at Table 2 on packet page 18, those are the standards that they say for a library our size, we should be meeting these goals. And so they're goals that we should always aspire to, and we pass all of those, both for 2022, and I anticipate we'll do them for 2023. So,
May I just interrupt for a moment?
yes.
Is it the city population or the library distribution?
City population
City,
that it's
okay.
basing it on, yep.
And if I may, two quick things. I found what I assume is a typo. So since they send this out to all the libraries, I don't know if you wanted to let them know ultimately. Step 1, on page 17, 3 lines down, most of the needs of its own residents. I assume that should be plural.
Can you repeat where that is
Sure.
again?
Third
Step
line down.
1, third line down, most of the needs of its own residents on page 17.
Yep, okay.
Okay,
I'll let
so
them know.
just to let them
Yep.
know, it's a document that goes out all the time. And then the only other question that I had for you is, I believe there was a point in time where we had a no on this, and it was for the number of employee FTEs or something?
It wasn't that.
And are we out of the 5 years?
It
That's
was
what-
for Table 3. So Table 3, regardless of our library services effort ratio on packet page 19, we do have to meet the quality assurance standards. And it requires different things, like budgeting for professional development. Do we have an active strategic plan? And what we didn't have was a current circulation policy because we were going to review it this year, and I think it was like 7 years old. So
Okay.
we said no to that. And this year,
Those FTEs on repeat. But anyway, keep going.
no, our FTE has passed and passed for a while.
Okay.
It might have been hours open during COVID, obviously, but everyone got a pass on
If
that.
you're sure, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So anyway, we passed all. We that's why we reviewed a lot of policies this year, and so we can say yes for that now. So there's no worries.
Did you have to go 5 years without or something for
In the
something
same
else to kick
category.
in?
In the
Yes.
same category.
Okay.
Yep. And that, yeah, technically it was a no, but they passed those standards mid-year, so that's not really very fair. We didn't get it's like getting a
And it was a
A
COVID year
minus,
too,
and it
wasn't
wasn't fair. So anyway, so that is that. So we all look good. We'll exempt from the county tax. We're meeting all those minimum standards, and that's fantastic. So
Do you have the original here so we can sign it? I'm sorry?
Uh,
Okay, do you have the original here so I can sign it? So you can
I will print that for you.
Okay.
As soon as
All right, so then we are looking for a motion to approve this document.
I move to approve.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Michelle. We get a second from Michelle. Pretty good explanation. Is there further discussion? Meaning she's covered all the bases, but if you have a question, certainly this is the time. Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes unanimously. So, and with the library board focus group, the decision, we discussed at least to defer this until now. That's gonna make it in October. So, I don't know if you would like to explain what it is or.
I just wanted to ask you guys the same focus group questions I'm asking the other focus groups
there we go.
because you guys are
Okay.
important too, and I think it's helpful to get that as I'm going to eventually start analyzing all the data.
Okay.
So
All right.
we can defer it until October.
So I'd be looking for a motion to defer this item until October.
I move.
Thank you, Carrie. A second.
I'll second it.
Tracy?
Yep.
Okay. Any discussion?
So does that mean we'll do the focus group in October?
Yes, we're just moving it since it's on the agenda. So, okay, hearing nothing else. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Communication and miscellaneous business as authorized by law. Anyone have anything? I don't want to skip.
If we went over anything too quickly, my greatest fear in life is leaving a question unanswered.
Mhm.
So please feel free to email me at all at any point. Happy to provide oodles of more knowledge. So.
Okay. So we did have a little miscellaneous business there. So it looks like we can move on to the adjournment. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
I'll second.
You got that?
Yep.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. 5:28.
Now that we're off.